All right, guys, we made it up here to Pete's house where we have another drainage project. Wow, I'm just walking up to it. This is definitely going to be bigger than Chris's project. Here's Pete. We're at his house. That's your house. This is your ditch.
That's my ditch.
What do we got going on?
We got a lot of buildup over the years. Previous owners didn't take care of it. We're gonna make some progress. And
yeah, wow, look at this. So this is pretty filled in. It does look like there's like big riprap kind of lining it, or at least the banks, but the whole center is filled in quite a bit.
This is the best part.
This is the best part?
Pretty much.
What do you mean the best part?
Like the easiest, the cleanest.
This is the cleanest.
Yeah.
It gets worse as we go down.
It gets worse as we go down.
Like deeper muck? Yes. Or oh.
Well, not necessarily deeper, but filled wider.
Wider, okay. So Pete's saying that this riprap does go all the way down and across this whole ditch. But apparently this is the easiest part. And this thing's pretty long too, huh?
Yeah. We have a few big masses of like beach grass type stuff. I think if you get the blade underneath, it should just pop out and peel right out with everything underneath it. Yeah,
this will be a good test for that new bucket that I got. I'm excited to try it out. Probably help minimize the amount of riprap and rock that we disturb, not having the teeth on there. But so this keeps going past this bridge even, right?
Yep, this is basically halfway.
Halfway. All right, guys, we have made it to the end of Pete's big dirty ditch. And we are all the way at the back of his property here, and this is where he wants to start, because he said if this section fills up, then it will cross, that bridge kind of thing that splits his property and make it to the front. So he thinks this is the priority. I think this should be pretty easy. There doesn't really appear to be any stone down on the bottom, so I can just have my tracks here and dig across and just work my way down. He's got some saplings and stuff in the way, but I'm sure we can take care of those as well. So we're gonna get the machine unloaded, get to work. Alright guys, got it off the trailer. We're using the new Manca 36-inch smooth edge grading bucket. There'll be a link for all their products down in the description. Check them out. Local Connecticut company that ships nationwide. Hit the key and shut it off. I was like, oh boy. Oh. All right, here we go. Let's see how this does. Oh yeah. Look at that. That is nice. Nice, clean, smooth edge. Now, Pete said there was supposedly some sort of pipe back here that goes through. There's like a berm where this ends. So I'm trying to be careful and just go a little bit. I don't know what kind of pipe it is, and we don't see anything, so I'm guessing it's pretty overgrown. But just gonna widen this out up the hillside just a little more. I don't want to get too far into the roots of these trees. But so far, so good. This bucket, super smooth. Machine doesn't seem to be having any issues handling it. I didn't think it would, but yeah, this is the perfect bucket because it's bigger. It's about 1/3 bigger than my dirt bucket, I believe. I believe this is about 6 cubic feet. Right along. And Pete said that his neighbor was going to grab a skid steer, and they were going to use that to help bale the dirt and add like to this berm, I guess. Just trying to clean up my edge here as I go along. I'm trying to pile it a little bit farther back from the edge so they don't have too much trouble with the skid steer, you know, getting it, especially if it like rains or something. This bucket, it's super easy, you know, as long as you have a little overlap with your last scoop, it's really easy to you know, keep grade. I can see, you know, why this, obviously why this is a thing compared to a tooth bucket, like right there. You know, this thing's pretty long and I'm pretty new at operating, so I wasn't sure, you know, if I was going to be able to get all of this done in one day. And I'm still not positive that I will be able to, but I think with this bucket, I got a pretty good shot. This seems to be going pretty fast. It's pretty easy digging, not too rocky. I think this truly is, you know, like a stream and like silt and stuff compared to what we were digging at Chris's. That was a lot, you know, rockier material. Getting into some clay material here now. You can definitely see why this stays so wet. Pete said that both he and his neighbor's property flood pretty bad whenever they have like 3 to 4 inches of rain. He's working next to me, cutting up some tree limbs that were going to get in the way. I think we're going to be in good shape here. I'm going to throw you guys on a time lapse, and we'll check back in when you know, maybe we get to a new section or something notable happens. Okay guys, we have made some pretty decent progress thus far. I just let Pete hop in the machine here to try his hand at running it. He said he probably hasn't run an excavator in about 10 years. But we're making pretty good progress, and this new bucket is awesome. It's the absolute perfect thing for this job. You know, obviously that's what they're made to do, is dig out ditches. Nice smooth bottom. We are hitting a little bit of water in some spots down here, starting to get a little bit lower, but that's kind of to be expected. And Pete seems like he's doing a pretty good job too, based on quality of those couple scoops there. Yeah, this is some pretty silty, sandy material mixed with some clumps of clay. You can kind of see I'm able to ball it up a little bit there. And then obviously, you know, the topsoil organic layer. But this grass is thick. You know, when you try and get to the edge, I've been trying to clean up my edge as I go to make it a little bit easier for them with the skid steer. But obviously we're getting a nice clean edge over here where we're, you know, scooping, but where we're pulling towards us, the grass just kind of flops up in a big pad and then slams back down. So might have to try and clean that up a little bit later. Pete's pretty smooth. You're pretty smooth. It's all right, that was out of frame.
Pete the Meat with Dude Ranch DIY, making some serious headway. It's coming along very nicely. Jake's doing a great job making a nice smooth bottom, digging it all out, keeping the track damage to a minimum as he goes. We even found a little bit of water as we're going. We got the neighbor here with his John Deere, I think it's a 329E. He's gonna move the material as Jake pulls it out. Along the back side of the property here, we got a small berm we're gonna try and build up. There's a lot of swamp back there and the water pushes through in the winter time when the water table's a little bit higher. So we're gonna try and prevent that from coming into the yard and just use this drainage ditch as a little trickle to keep it flowing nicely. Hopefully dry out the yard a little bit. You just use the skid steer to mow down a bunch of brush on the hill, some small trees. Now he's gonna fill in front of the berm there before he continues to build it up. Let's check on Jake. He's doing a nice job avoiding the roots on the willow trees for me here. We found some old drainage pipes that are all blocked up, not doing anything anymore. Looks like you found another while I was talking to you guys. Killing it, moving along nicely. A little bit of turf damage, but that's no big deal. He'll have that on those bigger jobs.
We have made it all the way to the bridge. I actually just crossed over to the other side of the bridge, and now from here to the end of this ditch, which is at Pete's front of his house at the street, there is riprap underneath. I just found it down there, so we have a nice solid base, and I think because there are trees on both sides of the ditch here that both neighbors, homeowners want to leave for screening purposes. As you can see, there's the riprap down on the bottom that I got to. I'm gonna try and plant myself down in the ditch, kind of like I did at Chris's place, and just run straight down it. I might have to start down at the culvert there and work my way back, depending how soft it is. My tracks were kind of getting a little bit stuck when I had to cross over there to get on work on the other side of that tree. But we will figure out a game plan, keep moving forward here. But Pete's super happy, and we can see the light at the end of the tunnel. We only have about another 150, 200 feet to go.
Yeah, I think it might just be.
Okay.
merging up from the
There was a
track.
fair amount coming out.
Yeah, I think it's wet. I gotta get myself situated.
Yeah.
Give me eyes, kinda. Yep.
Yeah. No, I didn't want you to pull up the crazy
no,
machine.
thank you. Well, I did fill it up a lot this morning.
And these things, the minute, because I do all the hoses at work, these guys come in, they blow a hose, they need to buy 10 gallons of fluid, it'll dump it like fucking that.
Well, it's good you're here in case I throw a track or something.
Well, I don't work on them.
No, I'm kidding.
I don't work on them.
I can put the track back on.
Yeah, I don't worry on this shit. People fucking ask me all the time, I'm like, no, you should. No, I don't want to work on this shit. I don't like getting dirty. Yeah, he's back. Don't let him go any further back. Okay. No, right here. He's up against it. That's almost like right there.
That's
Rock.
rock already.
Yeah. Wow.
What?
came across this little guy trying to cross the stream. This is the third turtle we've found today. But it's the same type of turtle that I have back at home. Pete, you need another pet?
I give him a good home. Thank you. So we've gotten to a point here where I want to keep these little trees to prevent seeing the neighbors as much as possible from my side, keep the dogs from barking at each other, and we're pulling out some stone with the material that's coming out, which is perfect. That's fine. We're just scraping the top edge of it. Jake's doing a great job, but it's not going to rake out into the yard as well. So now what we're doing, Jake's got a dump trailer parked in the neighbor's driveway. We're gonna dump it in there, drive that to the back, dump it, and level it all out.
Well, all right, guys, we got it done. Made it all the way down to the road. We still don't know exactly how long it is, but it took us 5 hours. We figured we started at 8:30. It is now 1:35. And I mean, this is just like a third of what we did here. But I think it's a huge improvement. Pete, what do you think?
It's a world of difference. I couldn't be any happier with the results. This
Yeah,
is fantastic.
You're gonna have to get some footage next time we get a big rainstorm or something, and we'll have to do a little update on this. I'm sure the viewers are gonna want to see it, but I think it looks great. We'll take a walk back into the back and see how he progressed with the skid steer and spreading out that dirt.
Ryan.
How's it going? Hey, buddy.
Everybody nice, right?
Yup.
You're a lot bigger than Betsy.
About 120 pounds. 40
Yeah,
50.
about double the size of Betsy.
Puppy.
So this is looking from the bridge going up to the street. Here's the bridge. And then this is everything we did initially that doesn't have the riprap on the bottom. You can see he got most of the dirt pushed away into a new berm. Just have this little bit left, and then a couple little odds and ends piles over there in between the trees. But I think it looks really good, and Pete's really happy with it. So I am stoked about this new ditching bucket. It definitely, you know, earned its keep today here, and hopefully this will work out for Pete. Well, all right, guys, that's gonna wrap this one up here at Pete's house. We got this ditch dug in, and I think it looks pretty good.
Looks
You're happy with it?
More than happy.
Good.
I'm amazed.
He's amazed. I'm amazed at how that new grading bucket makes me look like a really good operator because it leaves such a nice finished product. So if you're looking for any excavator or skid steer attachments, head on down to mancathumbs.com. They supplied me with this bucket. Well, I bought the bucket, but they're local to Connecticut, and they make some really cool looking implements and attachments for excavators and, you know, heavy equipment. So check them out. But for now, guys, I appreciate you watching the video. Give it a big thumbs up if you liked it. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. But for now, I'm Jake.
I'm Pete.
This is Dude Ranch DIY. Thanks so much for watching. See you here next time.